Members turn to us for information and for networking as well as advocacy work. And the information piece is the publications that we put out. We inform members with a biweekly newsletter and alerts as needed when things pop up. But we also do an annual conference. And each year the week after Thanksgiving, we gather the group together, and there's always presentations about things that are going on in the industry. This year, we're looking at a lot of emphasis on artificial intelligence. There's a fertilizer market outlook. There's a presentation about leading through churn and chaos, which if there's ever a time for churn and chaos leadership, it's now. There are presentations on just a number of topics that retailers have identified to us that they want to hear more about. And so we really designed this to be catering directly to their needs. And I think it's one of the best conferences, and we consistently hear that from the attendees too, is that they come for the content and they don't do that for all the meetings.
The thing that growers are probably most worried about right now is the uncertainty around crop insurance and how changes are sorely needed to those programs, and also adjustments to ARC and PLC payments. So the reference prices for commodities are currently being debated right now. And while we don't weigh in one commodity versus another commodity, we understand that Congress is already 2 years late getting a farm bill done. And by passing a new farm bill, 5-year reauthorization, a lot of those numbers can be updated that make sense for the current economic stressors that growers are going through right now. We're looking towards the future on what happens in trade markets. We've weighed in with the White House to let them know what our feelings are on tariffs and trade issues and what we need to do that, if we lose some foreign markets on commodities, we're going to have to make that up in domestic markets. So we weigh in heavily on 45Z being made permanent and sustainable aviation fuels and how that can affect the biodiesel and energy sectors. But there are a myriad of issues going on right now that I think growers are really concerned about. And the word that keeps popping up in the conversations that I have is uncertainty. And whether that is legislative or regulatory or administrative, there are a number of things that are happening in Washington, D.C. right now that make people uncomfortable and worried about the future. What we want to do is kind of ease their mind a little bit and let them know that there's somebody here working on their behalf.